So like I said, I do thank you guys for joining in with me for this little, I guess, class, you can say. So tonight I'm going to go over my intention oils that I sell through the shop. All of my information is in my bio, so you can see my website from there. So let's get started. So basically, this is the intention oil we're going to be going over tonight, which is my love, and this is my love oil. And basically, intention oil is a tool to help you harness the energy to manifest your goals, intentions, dreams, and desires. My oils are all made with natural oils, herbs, essential oils, and flowers and spices. I try to keep everything as simple as possible when I made these. And I made them to be natural, so it doesn't really irritate your skin if you do choose to use it on your body. Now, the different ways to use intention oils is one through Candle Magic, which is I have a candle here, and for love we generally use red or pink. If you can't find red or pink, you can always use white, which is a general color, and it works good with everything. Miss Maggie 77, thank you for joining. And so basically in Candle Magic, what I do is I generally carve my name in here, and I poke some deep holes in. I usually use a knife. Be careful when using any type of utensils, especially a pen, knife, or anything like that. Be careful. And I generally, like I said, write my name in here, and then I poke some holes in. So when I put my oil in, which is I use, a couple of dropperfuls, and I make sure that I go around the perimeter of the candle, like the outer edge of the candle, and that way it can stay well away from the wick, because you don't want to drown out the wick. That's very important. If you drown out the wick, the flame will no longer be lit. It will just self-extinguish itself. So that's why I also poke the holes into the candle as deep as I can get it, so that way the oil can go into the candle. And once I'm done with that, I do set my intention. I pray over my candle and I set my intention. One thing I do when I light my candle is I make sure I light the candle while the hand of the clock is going up. So like at 35, 40, 45, 50, that's when I want to light my candle, because when it's going up, it's like in a positive motion, is going upwards. So if that helps, I've been doing this as a kid, so that's something my mother taught me as well. To practice safe candle fire safety, if you don't want to leave your candle lit, always extinguish it. Like this candle has a top, so always extinguish it and make sure it fully goes out. And when it's time for you to relight the candle, reset your intention and then light the candle again. Also, you might want to spread some some glitter on top to help attract the spirits to your candle and help them, guide them to your candle, to the flame, and also guide them to assist your intention. If you want to use some herbs inside of your candle, again, be careful with herbs, because herbs do burn. I usually use red roses, cinnamon, sugar to make things sweet. Lemon verbatim, if you can find it, is really good for love. So that's one way of using my intention oil, is definitely in Candle Magic. Candle Magic is really good for new moon, for when you want to bring in that new love, just bring in new energy, new love. And it also for full moon, when you want to release, and that means you want to release any negativity that you might have for yourself, and just bring in that self-care. So if you have some insecurities, or little self-doubt or anything like that, full moon is a good way to release all that, because full moon is good for releasing, all the bad stuff, all the negativity and things like that. Another way of using my intention oil is through meditation. This is when you want to basically, shake the bottle up, shake the intention oil up, and then you can anoint yourself with the oil, make the sign of the cross, however you want to do it. If you're not religious, just rub it on in your hands. No problem, Tiffany. Rub it in your hands and then breathe it in. And when you meditate, you could also, breathe it in. And then focus on your intention and what you're meditating on. Self-care. I do promote self-care as much as possible. You always have to do that, because the only person that can take good care of you is you. So that's always a top priority. And this is a really good tool for that as well. Another way I use it is as a body oil. So in the morning, if I feel a little down or anything like that, or I just want to attract more love towards me, or just be more loving towards myself, I will anoint myself with this as a body oil, especially after a shower or a bath. So once I take my shower or a bath, when I moisturize myself, I also top it off with a couple of drops of this and just anoint my entire body with my oil as well. Spiritual baths. Spiritual baths is another good way of using the intention oil. When you're taking your spiritual bath, you could take a couple of dropperfuls of this and put it inside of your bath. If you use bubble bath and everything like that, or just plain on Epsom salt, you can always put this on one of my oils inside of your spiritual bath and just take a soak in that as well. And then also afterwards, you might want to anoint yourself with it. That way, it will carry over as well when you're sleeping as well. If you are worried about being oily, you can always dab some paper, take a paper towel and dab some of the oil off of yourself. I do know that us as women, black, yellow, white, whatever, we are, prone to acne, and some of our skin is not, our skin is porous, and sometimes oils get in there and our body reacts. So you might want to dab off the excess before you go to bed, because who wants to go to bed with oily sheets? Come on now. My loving intention oil is specifically made to attract love. Is to attract more love to you, and also to help promote self-love, love from a partner, and love to a partner, and etc. One thing I do want to stress is that any of my intention oils is not meant to force anyone to be in love with you. This cannot make someone fall in love with you. This will help attract love to you, but it will not force someone to be in love with you. You cannot force anyone to do something that they don't want to do. Another good tip is, if you do not want to use this all over your body, you could generally just put it on the bottom of your foot, both of your feet. And if you use it on the bottom of your feet is more absorbent, I believe, I was told. So if you just want to use it on the bottoms of your feet, that works as well. That way if you don't want to put it on your entire body, or I generally use my décolleté or in my arms. If you don't want to do that, just put it on the bottom, the soles of your feet, and that'll work just fine as well. Especially if you are sensitive to certain scents. You definitely can. That goes into spiritual baths. You could do a couple of drops in your bath, and that will work as well. Hell, you could put it in any of your lotions as well. Just a couple of drops in your lotion, and then you could wipe put it on your body as well. I don't think you could use too much, but it all depends on you. Public service announcement: do not ingest. Do not ingest this. This is not ingestible. Also, you could put it in your hair. Now, in candle magic, that's another thought that came to my mind. In candle magic, I would just use a couple of dropperfuls, because, like I said before, you do not want to drown out the wick of the candle. So I would, I wouldn't go overboard with the oil inside when you do candle magic, because oil is flammable. I'm just out here trying to spread love, spread the awareness of self-care and self-love. Because one thing we don't do enough of is love on ourselves. And if you do candle magic, red and pink are generally used for love. But if you can't find any of those, if I can't see how you can't find red or pink, you could always use white as a general candle. Thank you for the hearts. And again, keep some rose petals. Girl, you can go to the tea shop. You could go to any herb store. I know if you got an Arabic store in your area that sells, or a health food store, they generally have this. Okay, if there's not any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and end the live. I do thank each and every last one of you guys for joining in. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the hearts and everything.